So I introduced you to my work life, okay? This is my realm, okay? When I said nature makes all kinds of weird notions around me, I'll share with you just what I'm talking about. As I'm doing a live, watch the breeze that picks up. Only with this tree, okay? Now listen and watch as we do what I do in the morning, every morning, okay? Alright, here we go. Come. Please come and visit. I see you up there. Hi, buddy. Please feel free to come enjoy the food. Visitor number one, okay? But they'll be back because he's a friend of mine. He's a friendly, yeah, smokers. Alright, now. Now, as you can see, my backyard consists of a lot of bamboo, okay? Legit, my bamboo goes crazy. And you got my climbing vines, my climbing ivy. Legit. And this is what it looks like in the rural hood of Merlin. Come, Mr. Cardinal. Hi, Mrs. Cardinal. Oh, there you are. They rock in the treetop all day long, hopping and a bopping and a singing that song. All my little girls on Cardinal Street love to watch Mrs. Cardinal go tweet, 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 rockin' Cardinal, tweet. Rockin' Cardinal. Oh, rocking her Cardinal, cause they're really gonna rock tonight. They chirp in the treetops all day long, hopping and a bopping and a singing their songs. Every little swallow and every chickadee love to play games. Come hang out with me. And it's funny because, like, the minute that I turn off my live feed, or the minute that I turn off the recording, of course, is when everybody else show up and, like, they get a pull full out of me. But as you can see, the trees still call them to let them know that, somebody's calling them. So nature still is apparent and aware that, somebody's out here. And legit, like, whenever I started to say, like, a rack of, like, different things go on in my world, like, I have a secret intuition with animals. I've got a handicapped raccoon that chills under my porch, like, no lie. And when I say it, this fucker's banged up, like, legit. Like, I got gang gang. And when I say got gang gang, it's a bunch of handicapable animals. Right on. Like, it's almost like the South Park, or not South Park, the Family Guy version of when Lois legit is like taking care of the handicap mafia. Like, I legit feels like that's like my life surrounded by the animals that I have that hang out over here. Like, I got a possum that legit, like, don't fucking move. He's really gangster. Like, I joke around with my roommate. I was saying, oh, look, the kitty's right here. And he's like, don't fucking pet it. And I'm like, I'm not an idiot. I already know these motherfuckers got razor sharp teeth because they cut their cans. I'm not a moron. But legit, I could probably pet the motherfuckers because, like, animals just let me do stuff like that, you know? And it's pretty much primarily because they can sense your intuition and you can tell I'm a genuine, sincere person unless you fuck me over. And when you fuck me over, hell hath no fury. I'm an individual. I'm a human being, for Christ's sakes. Everybody has their limitations and their boiling point. It's not psychoticness, it's human nature. I'm just more outspoken and I say the things in life that people don't want to hear because it means that they'll have to hold themselves responsible. And people don't like that. You don't want to hold yourself accountable for the shit you're doing wrong. And instead you want to sugarcoat it and, like, wear a mask. So legit, you've got me who doesn't wear a mask, but I wear a mask in order to get my message across. Because nobody's going to take me seriously as a female who smokes and legitimately has this much knowledge and wisdom to drop. Because they consider it, you know, as a self-medicating tool. What they don't realize is that the length and the extremes that I go through in order to do what I'm doing, I'm going to be donating my body to science as part of the research that I've done over the years. And I've literally, you know, been stupid, but smart yet at the same time to have an actual account of my active addiction from start to finish. And I can actually tell you the things that I've done that I can remember. And then there's more to it than, you know, beats the eye. It's these things that I'm proud of. No, these are things that I had to go through. But I went through them and I endured them. And here we are now. And here you are with a better looking stumpy girls. Stumpy girls. What's going on? Tell me about it. And tell me how bad it. Tell me why you were bad. Hmm? Did you try getting out? Stumpy. Did you try getting out? Huh? Stumpy. Did you just attempt to escape? Hmm? Stumpy, you want to tell everybody what happened the last time you escaped? Huh? Stumpy? I'm telling Daddy on you. You ready? I'm gonna tell your father on you. You ready? You're in trouble now. Okay, I'm gonna call your father. I'm calling your father and letting him know you tried sneaking out again. And you remember the last time when you went out and you went whoring around the neighborhood? You don't remember that. You don't remember what you went gang gang? And you thought you were handicapable? You hopping along barely getting by. And you think you're about this life, right? Oh, see. Alright, so Stumpy about that outside life, you know? She tried legit getting out. See, gang gang, right? And legit, I told you, bear with me. Because we're going through a process where we're dealing with that stuff. And meet Mrs. Pringles. How squeaks. 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 Where's Mommy's right now? ¿Dónde está mi gordita? Gang gang, nena que la gordita. Dime qué te puso. Mi arena, mi nalgona. Sí, mi nalgona. ¿Dónde es mi nalgona? La nalgona, claro. Qué bonita la nalgona. Yes, mi nalgona. ¿Estás durmiendo bien, nalgona? ¿Estás durmiendo bien? La arena de la casa. Tell them who you are. Want to share a story? Want to share a story? Give us your story. Squeaks, legit, has a special meaning to me. She's my rescue. And, legit, Squeaks rescued me. I'm explaining how Squeaks rescued me. Mi reina, no te mueves. Aquí quédate, por favor. No, ok, te vaya. Bueno, ok. The same weekend that my mom was being buried, I legit ended up having to take Stumpy's family. And Stumpy legit has been with me for quite some time. Like, no lie. Stumpy's taught me quite a bit about myself and helped me out a lot in my mental health journey. And so has Squeaks. Legit, like, they're the ride or dies that hold me down. That's why I do a lot of, talk about how animals help me and stuff like that. I don't get into it much because I legit, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't like speaking engagements much. Simply because I've got so much to say and I've got so little time to say it. So I've got so much to say in that little bit of time, it becomes overwhelming and I make no sense because it's rare for me to actually acquire an audience without my mask on and maintain it, legit. So I run into the problem where I long for all of the interaction, yet I'm not willing to take the risk to seek it out because I continuously get misled and misrepresented, and as an empath, I take it to heart whenever I get these letdowns. And like Flake, the song says, I know you said you still love me. Yeah. It seems to me that lately it pretty much always means no. So don't tell me you might just let it go. And nothing times when lazy. It seems to stand in my way. Yeah, no one knows. Yeah, no one likes to be let down. I know. Something about the sunshine. You no longer see it with your sleeping eyes, and I know she usually has some other ties, and she's gonna be trying to make it work out, but it doesn't always work out. Maybe she'll help us do one time, yeah. Well, until then, yeah, I'm gonna have to learn to. Nobody likes to be let down in life. If there's gonna be a lot of disappointments because you have expectations, and not everyone's gonna sit and hold up to those expectations. So therefore, if you go in with little expectations and no regards for disrespect, you have boundaries. You got a format set up where there's no room for failure. Now, if you want to continue to walk in a revolving circle, you've got to deal with that. But in hindsight, you also got to organize your own world, and it begins with you, the center of your gravitational pull. Depends on how much work you're willing to put in. And as you can see, I've got a hell of a lot of work ahead of me to get my life organized and back on track. But with me doing so, I get to take inventory. And whenever I take inventory, it means I'm taking accountability for my own bullshit and cleaning up my own trash. I've needed to do so for quite some time. I've got a decade of trash that I've accumulated that are memories and things that are just taking up space that don't have any use anymore, that might have use for other people, and I might find more treasures that I've been searching for. You know, there's still hidden art pieces in the house that I don't remember where I put. And I do these things whenever I'm trying to clean, because legit with my memory impulses and also with my disassociated identity, it's hard for me to keep in recognition who's trying to help me do what. And each person tries to take their role and take it serious. And whenever I say serious, like, I've got my innocents who will legit hide stuff from me, thinking that they're helping me out, and leave me little clues, but only clues that are enough to frustrate me because of the fact that I've got to start and go through a task and a half in order to find something. And then I become defeated and overwhelmed. And then I fall back into the same repetitive, destructive behavior. So technically, I'm still in active addiction because I'm still unable to maintain daily rituals that normal people are able to do. Yet, no one has ever asked me about my opinion or my belief on this. Everybody's been quick to judge and say that, because of what I stand up for and I represent as a whole, you do not understand the financial figures, the all-around benefits that it has been brought to by making the marijuana movement available for everybody. Now, is it the best idea? No, but it's going to be able to help a lot of people in the long run, and it's going to change the history of humanity as we know it, and simply for factors that are stronger of the hippies won for Burning Man. No, there's more to it than that. There's like so many different aspects and areas and fundamentals that go behind the movement that everybody just makes jokes and sheds light to. Hey, look, hey, check it out, I can get blazed in the middle of the street. The fight that's gotten us to the point where it has is historic, and also how we got it to be to where it is and being acknowledged on the federal level has to do with crunching numbers, has to do with diligent research, has to do with a lot of ambassadorship, has to do with a lot of activism, has to do with a lot of paper pushing, has to do with a lot of bills, has to do with a lot of, protests, a lot of, situations that people aren't willing to partake in and participate, but they're already willing to stare and jump on the bandwagon because they see that's the next big thing coming up. Now, however, that's where me as a silent journalist comes into play to continue to point out the fraudulence and also to, say, hey, look, I'm not being an ignorant bitch, but this is what I see. And a narcissist's reality. Generally, when you're a narcissist and you're dealing with a bunch of narcissists, but you're an openly admitted narcissist, you generally get frowned upon because you're devolving everybody else's manipulations and deceits. Where you are looked at as an ally, you're looked at as an enemy, and everybody's trying to always second step you and trying to get ahead of you, but instead God leads the way and you find your way by flying away and breaking the chains from yesterday. So remember, that being said, I don't bask in the glory of my gangster life. I bathe in the gift of the present, the courage for the resilience to face another day and take on another simple task that might be simple for you, but it's hard as hell for me. Because whenever I start and I see the smallest project, it turns into a realization of how difficult even the smallest steps are for me to take. Whereas normal people would just look at this as common everyday activity. And then you feel like you got me throwing pieces of myself away because of memories and all that you can only have when you've got the physical reminder, because everything seems to be fading really fast. So when you walk my journey, then you can start and begin to judge me. Until then, I'm going to do whatever it takes to continue my desire to be better at who I am, be brighter at what I do, and be bigger than I was yesterday. Renegade fam, nation out. And by the way, like I said, you're going to be seeing a lot more about Renegade Nation and what exactly has been done through silence over the years and not as a recognition of the me movement. Is yes, it is a me movement, and it will acknowledge that. If I hadn't gotten up off my ass and legit been like, hey, look, you know what? I'm not a weak bitch. Never have been one. Let's do this. Even though I almost fell a few times, I was able to maintain. And that's some powerful wisdom that I'm still able to share because, legit, I've got a lot of people that I've got to represent. But I'll be doing so this year and telling their stories and their legacies that they leave behind. Because along with the accounts that, you know, Meta Pros were a lot of our legacy accounts. And nothing is more intense than having the whole memory of your loved one being erased and then nobody to get a hold of in order to get access to the wall and certain memories that you hold in order to remind yourself of good times that were left behind. Now that being said and done, I'm gonna go ahead and be on the run. Love you, man. Getting good.